Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Excuse me! Taxi!
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Well, we are back, and with us today is Gordon Chang. And you know, Gordon, I mean, he's one smart guy. He knows his stuff. And I mean, he's an expert in the Far East, in China and North Korea.
And we just heard blockbusters, John, from John Solomon about these another bioweapons lab discovered. This one in Nevada at an Airbnb, as Rudy was describing. How serious is this, Gordon? Same person?
It's the same person. The person who's connected to the Reedley lab, which was discovered in December 2022, is a registered agent of the company that owns the home in Las Vegas, where federal authorities and local authorities seized more than 1,000 vials of something. That has been sent to an FBI lab, and right now we have to assume that it's another Chinese biological weapons facility, the second one. The question, of course, John and Rita, is are there any more? And there probably are.
How did they find this? Rudy was saying that this is wild. I didn't know it until he was sharing it, that I guess somebody was staying at the Airbnb, and instead of looking for the dishwasher, they found a biolab?
Right. They said, oh, Ebola. Yeah, this is what I want for dinner.
At some Airbnbs, that might be a good thing, right? My goodness. Go ahead.
Yeah. At this particular one, it was just authorities noticed suspicious activities. What was really interesting was how they discovered the first one. The first one was in a building which was supposed to be abandoned. An alert building inspector noticed that a garden hose was connected to this facility where the garden hose should not have been.
Remember, John,
so what she did was she then got a hold of local authorities, who then got a hold of federal authorities. And there they found at least 20 pathogens, including the one for Ebola. I mention Ebola because we know that the Wuhan Institute of Virology, those folks who gave us COVID-19, they are now studying Ebola.
But Gordon, if I remember correctly, when they raided the place, when they finally hit it, after the inspector got everybody and called it, there was nobody there. They slipped out. They eventually found the person?
Well, they have one person in custody who is now going to be tried. But right, the facility was abandoned when authorities found it, right. And we have to assume that people are still at large who were responsible for that. That's why I think that there could very well be additional Chinese biological weapons labs on American soil.
You know, Gordon, I just feel like we don't take this stuff serious. I mean, you know, when you say Ebola, I don't know if people remember the scare we had before COVID. And how contagious Ebola is. In
Africa, all the cases in Africa that happened,
and
deadly.
A doctor came back here to the States, right here, Bellevue, and they were monitoring him for Ebola. If that got loose into the city, we're talking about people dying. I mean, so...
Rudy, these people had pathogens like HIV, tuberculosis, malaria,
scary.
COVID-19, and Ebola. It wasn't just one item. And they're Chinese residents. They're not even U.S. citizens.
Yeah, they're Chinese nationals.
Why, if he was arrested before, was he released?
Yeah, Gordon, explain
why wasn't he deported?
Yeah, why was he out? Or was it Biden time when the first one happened?
Yeah, I mean, in general, we do not charge Chinese nationals with the crimes that they've committed. I think it's because they get charged with crimes that they can easily get a guilty confession. But clearly what we're talking about are people who are attacking the United States with a biological weapon, which is a weapon of mass destruction. These people, I think, shouldn't be put through the federal judicial system. I think they should be sent to where we sent al-Qaeda terrorists, I think they should be going to Guantanamo.
Because they're terrorists. Because they're terrorists.
And they're either a terrorist or there are people who are planning a mass attack on Americans, which would lead to casualties in very large numbers. So I believe that these are people who are attacking the United States of America, and therefore we should treat them like we treated Al-Qaeda and similar terrorist groups.
But I don't understand why it's not happening. I don't understand why it's not, why the FBI is not pushing it all the way.
Well, I think that they wanted the guilty, they wanted the confessions, they wanted pleading guilty. Also, I think they might have been trying to find information from the people. So, for instance, John, those 3 University of Michigan researchers who are Chinese nationals, they were smuggling in a fungus. That fungus, in all probability, was genetically modified. And that, again, was another attack on the United States. And yet they got off with time served. So it's another example of the United States.
You're bringing in problems like that into the United States, and you get rid of time. I mean, if I was in a position to do something, I'd put them away forever.
Well, absolutely. And that's why I think that they should not go through the federal judicial system. They should be held as any other person who's attacked the United States. Remember, these are not U.S. citizens. These are Chinese nationals. And I think that we have to view this with the severity that it deserves. And so far, as a society, we have not been willing to do that.
Gordon, do you know if maybe the outbreak in Texas, the measles outbreak in Texas and West Texas, is it possible that they might have as well put these chemicals out there?
Yeah, I don't think so, but when we're talking about Texas, the Texas Commissioner of Agriculture, Sid Miller, reported a few weeks ago that between February and December of last year, they seized 1,109 packets of seeds that have been sent into the United States unsolicited. And they also have an unidentified liquid that was sent in from China, also unsolicited. So clearly they are trying to plant invasive species in our countries. And to put this in context, in 2020, Americans in all 50 states received seeds from China unsolicited. So, again, this is an attack on our food supply, and it should be treated with the utmost severity because this is agro-terrorism, or whatever term you want, but this is an attack on the American people, all of the American people.
Absolutely. Gordon, keep us posted. I want to tell everybody your Twitter is Gordon G. Chang, and Gordon, you are the best at this stuff. This is really concerning. Thank you so much, Gordon.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.